And what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Sports Capitalist YouTube show. My name is the Dangernation, coming at you with the Sunday slate coming up here. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus my LA Rams, and we got the Buffalo Bills versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Really great games happening this Sunday. They're going to be very close, very high scoring, in my opinion, and obviously Vegas's opinion here. And of course, you know, guys, at the beginning of every video, I want to ask you to like, comment, and subscribe on the video that you're watching. Support the channel, support me, support the Discord that is also in the description below. And hey, with that all out of the way, we're just going to jump into it and try to help you guys make some money here. So, what do we have here? We have Josh Allen at 7,600. Great. Patrick Mahomes, 73. Tommy Brady at 68. And Matty Staffy at 62. I mean, holy cow. What a stud lineup of QBs that we have to pick through right now. There is no... I don't think there is no bad choice here. You are picking QBs this week based off of the structure that you're going to be going with the rest of your lineup here. All these QBs are at minimum going to be at least 20 points, maybe more. And what do I mean by structure your lineup? Meaning, how expensive is the rest of your lineup going to be? You know, are you going to get Mike Evans with Cooper Kupp and you're going to throw in Gronk in there, or maybe Dawson Knox and Travis Kelce? Let's try to get all these expensive players going up, riding up the bill, but trying to go cheap on the QB here. Again, you want to be at the 5,500 mark around there. That's like the average cost, and obviously Stafford is well above that. But again, there's also some good value options out there. Really, like if I had to pick one, of course I'm going to go Josh Allen. But you're not watching the show for me to tell you, hey, pick the most expensive guys. If that's the case, I'm out of a job. But we got to look at the numbers here. So Vegas the Vegas analysts, who never lose, are expecting that this game is going to go 54 points. That is massive. And Josh Allen is going against the worst defense against QBs this whole season, which is the Kansas City Chiefs. And even though they're in Kansas City Chiefs, this is going to be a bloodbath game. This is going to be redemption for all the Buffalo Bills ancestors. Josh Allen going in there with the Bill Mafia. I think this is going to be an astonishing game from him. I'm excited to watch it, of course, but that's going to be my pick. But again, QBs this week is going to be based on the structure that the rest of your lineup is going to be. I mean, you can even throw Josh Allen in there too and get some expensive picks. I'm going to build a lineup at the end of this video for you guys, and yeah. And with that being said, again, none of these picks bad. Josh Allen, obviously the best with the stats going on, which is why he's the most expensive. But we're moving on to the DraftKings running backs. And here's the thing. So Leonard Fournette, he is still on the IR. He has not been upgraded to active yet. Leonard Fournette, you need to monitor him. Because if he's in, and he's gonna do great things against this Los Angeles Rams. And it's also going to be bad for the Rams defense as a whole, just because, hey, there's now another option. There's another weapon for Tom Brady to go to besides just Mike Evans now and Gronk. But with that being said, and Ronald Jones is still out. But with that being said, let's look at the rest of the lineup. Devin Singletary is going to be great. They finally found out that they had a running offense. Cam Akers, welcome back to the league. Welcome back to the Rams. We missed you. If you're not aware, he had Achilles tear last year. Great recovery, and he looked amazing yesterday. I didn't think he was going to get that much of a workload. He got 17 carries compared to, I believe, like Sony Michel's like 11 or something like that. They did like 38 runs. Not all of them were these two. They did some option stuff though, but yeah, he did 56 yards rushing with a 40-yard catch. They are putting him into the offense. They're giving him the keys to the car. At 5,500, this is a steal at the average median for this place for DraftKings. With that being said, I don't know if there's going to be a place on your roster for Sony Michel either, because I think Cam Akers is just going to take over now, and Sony Michel is just going to be the glorified backup that he's kind of been this whole year. I mean, Sony, thank you for carrying the load of Darrell Henderson being out, but I think Sony Michel knew this was going to happen. But Cam Akers, welcome back. Definitely find a space in your lineup for him. Clyde Edwards is off of IR, it looks like, and he is going to be active. This is also going to be a great opportunity for him too. I believe it was, I don't want to say McKinnon. I believe it was McKinnon though. Yeah, Darrell Williams. They didn't start Darrell Williams last week. They started McKinnon. He did great too, so keep an eye out for him. Giovanni Bernard did great with Fournette and Jones out, but again, you want to monitor that Fournette situation. Great options here for the running back. And running back, as you could see, is where you're also going to be saving some money, because the most expensive people on the lineup this week are, of course, the wide receivers. I mean, obviously, we have Cooper Kupp way at the top at an 1,800 lead from Mike Evans. He's at 8,600. And again, the question you got to ask yourself, because this guy is the Rams offense, everything goes through this guy. I mean, he's on the field 98% of the time. 32% of targets when he's on the field go to him. 33% of red zone targets are going to him, and 37. That's just nuts. He's going to be on the lookout for. Mike Evans also going to be great. I mean, Rams secondary is a little bit beat up. I mean, we even got a guy. Weddle came back off of a 2-year retirement, so who knows? But maybe they're going to put Ramsey on him all day. Tyreek Hill, he's just so boom and bust. The Buffs defense though is pretty legit, but this is where I'm really digging Stephon Diggs this week. He's just been like Cooper Kupp, except just look at that price difference there for the Bills. And again, this is going to be a 54-point game they're analyzing here. And again, 30% targets in the red zone of hitting 34. I mean, these stats are almost similar to Cooper Kupp, except Cooper Kupp's in the whole time. And where are we going to find some of the value here? We got my boy OBJ. Love him. I was a little worried when he joined the Rams, but he's been really proving himself as a solid second option here on the offense. He's been doing great. Pringle has definitely been stepping up here too for Kansas City, as kind of actually overshadowing Tyreek Hill. Don't get me wrong, Tyreek Hill can pop off whenever he wants to, but lately it's been the Pringle show. Pop over in a can of that, and everything else here, like Beasley, that's a little bit of a pump play. You want to play Beasley if you just think like the rest, like this game is just gonna be a blowout again. 45 points for Buffalo again. But the rest of these, Hardman, pretty good choice. I am missing somebody. Grayson, he's also another good choice here, second option. He's been doing really well for himself as well under Tom Brady ever since, Godwin has been out. Rest of these guys, Scotty Miller, no. Yeah, everything under really Cole Beasley, I'm just not feeling, even though I know Hardman's been in a lot. But yeah, these are my thoughts on the wide receivers. A lot of great options, but again, want to be competitive. You gotta choose some expensive one. All right, on to the tight ends. Again, no surprise, we probably got Travis Kelce here at 6,500 going up against Buff. Rob Gronk 58 going up against Rams. Dawson Knox 49 against Kansas City. Tigby and Bray. So what Tampa Bay? We're going to talk about Tampa Bay first because we all know Travis Kelce's a stud. 20%. There was like a stat that came out that like 75% of the balls thrown by Patrick Mahomes has either been to Kelce or Hill. So you might want to keep an eye out for Kelce, but is Buffalo's defense good enough to shut him down? The stats here, you can't see a little bit, but it's saying yes, that they've kept tight ends to a 7.9. So this Travis Kelce might be a fade this week, just from his price point and from the defense that he is facing, even though he's averaging at least 17.9. With that being said, let's go back to the Tampa Bay guys real quick. Tampa Bay, so they've been doing a thing now for quite a while where they are doing some double tight end offense, when they're on the when they're in the goal line here. So Brait might vulture some stuff from Gronk. Gronk still did okay last week, and he did amazing 2 weeks ago. There's no reason to think that there's going to be a slowdown in production for Rob, but man, it's going to just break your heart if Brait gets all the touchdown passes. Who I'm really digging this week is actually Dawson Knox. Just crazy pricing right now at 4,900. He's also a pretty decent red zone target for Josh Allen as well at 18 targets, which is more than Travis Kelce is. How many targets he's been getting. Oh, and yeah, just to prove my point right here, Cameron Brait I know Gronk has been out, but the fact that he's still getting more targets than Gronk, and even in the past 3 games, he's been on the field almost targeted almost as much as Gronk, a little bit more than Brait. But I mean, come on, 4%. Are you gonna slight me for that? But yeah, red zone targets. I mean, Brait has just been eating them up here. But I'm really digging Dawson Knox this week. I think he's the perfect tight end play. And with that being said, we're gonna round this all out at the defense. And shockingly, we kind of have Bucks at the top. I thought maybe Rams would be, but they are saying that they're thinking Tampa Bay has a 3-point lead over the Rams. Chiefs game again within 3 points. When you see that the other team, when you see the home team only has a 3-point advantage over their over the other team, that's pretty much Vegas saying like, we don't know who's going to win. So again, and that's why the game and over under are going to be so high. They think Bucks and Rams is going to be a bit more of a defensive game, and they think Chiefs and Bills, their offenses are very explosive and they're just going to go all out. But I'm actually really liking the Rams here at 3,000. Even though our secondary is beat up, I think they're good enough that they're also going to be taking on a beaten up O-line of Tom Brady. I forgot his name, but there was a couple of linemen that got hurt in the Eagles game. And you got to remember, hey, the receiving core is a little beat up too and a little inexperienced. And even Lenny's a little beat up. So the offense of Brady is beat up, and I think the Rams D is tough enough to make a name for themselves here to really, and we did well against Brady last time we met him. Granted, it was like week 3, week 4, 2 completely different teams by now. But I think this is going to be a good game, and I think this is going to be Rams. Again, a little biased, but I can see the scenario, I can see the avenue, I can see the road to get there. Chiefs and Bills, just way too much. I mean, just pay 200 more where you think it's going to be the lesser scoring game. So, I promised you guys that I would make a lineup. So let's do that real quick, And like I said, I'm going to, say what I say, and let's start off here with just Josh Allen. Just get it right up there in front. Get some Devin Singletary in there, and we're going to get some Cam Akers as well, Cooper Kupp. But you know what I want to do first before I do the wide receivers and tight ends here, even a flex? I'm going to put in the Rams D just so I know what we are working here for the rest of here. What did I say? I say Stephon Diggs. I want him in there for sure. I like Pringle at 4,300 here. And just to go on Pringle a bit, I mean, just look at these targets the last few times. This is, again, with, like, Hill in 20 points, 10, and they only been increasing him, like, just slightly. Crazy value for him. Let's go to the tight end. Again, I'm really digging Dawson Knox. So, what does that mean for me? That means I have 12,300 to mess with. Now, do I dare go for Cooper Kupp and see what I can get at 3,700? Looks like there is literally nothing except this guy named Johnson. Who are you? I don't care. Let's get Coop out of there. Unfortunately, Coop, you are just too expensive for me this week. But I'm actually seeing another scenario here. I'm actually really digging Mike Evans And I am digging my boy OBJ with 200 to spare. We got a mean looking lineup here. We have one of the best QBs in the league, a running back that's popping off, a Cam Akers that's coming back, looking stronger than ever, very strong, and we're stacking these Stephon Diggs with Josh Allen. Good budget receiver again that's been performing great in the at the tail end of the season. Mike Evans, again, the lone receiver left on for Tom Brady to throw to. Dawson Knox, who's just a red zone machine. Same thing with OBJ, and we got a very strong Rams defense. And guys, that's going to be it for me. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Again, like, comment, and subscribe. Do all the good stuff. And hey, you guys, you know what? I'll meet you at the cashier cashing these out. Have a good one, everybody. And let's go Rams.